Hi, Cancer. This is Jessica with Whispers of Grace. I'm here today to do your November 2018 general reading. This will be for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So these are general readings, so please take what applies and leave what doesn't. It can't simply resonate with everyone. So we will be focusing on what you need to overcome in your recent past, what you need to be focused on in your current energy, and what you have to look forward to if you listen to Spirit's guidance today. And Cancer, you're kind of all over the board, okay? There's many different aspects to the story. I didn't even really know what to name this one, which doesn't happen often because usually there's a strict storyline. I will say that especially in your current energy, which we will dive into more, but in case I do forget when the messages start rolling through, there might be some discussion for some of you Cancers out there that are in discussion of furthering your education or something along that line, okay? Even if it's about a job opportunity, something around there, okay? So in November, just remember that there will be some sort of conversation about you investing in your growth, whether it be like a promotion or something along those lines and getting yourself ready for that. Or it could be you going back to school and trying to get everything in order to do that. So yeah. Hey, Danny, how are you doing? I'm glad you're here. So, especially with the fairy deck, y'all, you have to do some research. So, sorry, that glare is terrible. There we are. Okay, that's a little better. So, as you can see, she's sitting at night with the candle, reading a book on top of many books. So, it might take some extra studying for you, brushing up on things that you might not have done in a while, that kind of thing. Hey, Carlton. I'm glad all of y'all are here. Y'all are so faithful and I love it. But it's really important for you to admit your true feelings to yourself about the changes that you're going through and about your past in general. With this card, it talks about, and especially with the marriage card there too. So it could be, and especially with the commitment that I was seeing, it's like the investment, right? So maybe it's not just your career or things of that sort, but maybe it's about the relationships in your life too. So maybe that's what a lot of reflection will happen in November for y'all, because there's a chance of the kind of redirecting your focus on what you actually need to invest your time in, what are your priorities, and what can you do to build yourself up. Like the affirmations, you got to raise your vibration to get the things you want, right? So if you want to have a healthy relationship, then you need to be vibrating on a level where you're able to give that in order to receive it, right? If you're going for a job promotion, you're going to have to show up extra to work. So not just 89%, but you're going to have to show up at 100. So how are you going to show up for these things, and what is going to come up for reflection in those times? So if you've been watching our motivational mornings, we talk about all these things, but there will be a specific date that is coming up for you that you're going to have to show yourself and show your true colors, show up with 100%, right? Showing that light about you, that you are confident in what you're going after. So with the Archangel deck, I see with the 10 of staffs here that you're ready to let go of those burdens, right? You're tired of carrying this baggage. You're ready to just put everything behind you and move forward. But there are things that you need to kind of reflect on and bring to the light, face your fears about why things have left you out, right? Why things haven't gone your way. Have you been manifesting that by negative self-thinking or self-limiting beliefs, that kind of thing? Hey, Erin, good to see you. So this is really talking about and especially with the Wheel of Fortune here too. So you're talking about things that have already come to a close, but things that might still hurt, right? With the Five of Pentacles, this talks about that coldness, that sense of loneliness, and I almost get this sense of being left behind, Cancer. So you really need to reflect on that and face your fears and stand up for yourself. Like don't rely so much on other people to hold you up. Does that make sense? So there might be an earth sign. You do have the Chariot here too. So it could be talking about your sign in general. So there might be, a earth sign that you're moving forward with, or someone that you're trying to create balance with. You have the Six of Pentacles behind that too. So let's see. There could be an earth sign that you're working with or trying to make plans with in order to bring in more finances, because I have the Ten of Pentacles here too. So it talks about not only bringing in a lighter but more confident way of going after things, but finding balance and joy throughout the process too. So when you find that balance is when things will literally start falling in your lap that brings about that Ten of Pentacles abundance. And we do have a fire sign here. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, that, and this might be part of that past thing where you have to face your fears about being left behind or something like that, because there's some sort of truth or clarity about this fire sign. So whether it is actually a fire sign for you or not, this is someone who is more of an authoritative figure, someone who I almost get the sense of like, mm, there's so many different levels of this. So I don't want to say too much, but this is someone who I almost feel like the need to dominate the situation. And so, therefore, I feel like they leave in order to have control over it. Does that make sense? So, whoever that is for you, but this person fucked your world up. This is the Tower card, okay? And this is talking about things falling apart unexpectedly, not really knowing what to do with it except for let it break down in order to build yourself back up. So it's about building a new foundation on what you used to believe to be the truth. Now it's time to make a new truth, and it's time for you to bring these things to the surface so you can give them closure, because it's been distracting you for a long time, Cancer. Okay. And with the Ten of Michael here too, this is the Ten of Swords. So this is something that made you feel like you were backstabbed, that you were let down, disappointed, and now you're just ready to say, I'm so sorry, y'all. Baxter Bailey, you calm down. Puppies, I swear. We're going to have a house full this weekend. So this is talking about, thanks, Ash. Oh, Lord. No, you stop it. Okay, so with the Ten of Swords energy, this is talking about bowing out of a situation and singing the song, right? Like, this is the final goodbye. You're saying what you need to say. Danny says hi. Hey, honey. Yeah, I'm sure that it's crazy. Dogs are so funny. So yeah, but it's talking about finally putting an end to it and really taking a leap of faith that by letting these things go, you can make a better version of yourself, is what I'm hearing. And it's going to help you with the partnerships in your life. Anything that you've been having a hard time making decisions about, especially like working towards, I feel like there might be some work to be done about the partnerships in your life, because you're kind of coming to a crossroads about your tribe. Does that make sense? But you're going to have to stand up to the people in your life that are kind of making a shit show. You know what I'm saying? Be careful who you're hanging around. That's all I'm saying. So what you need to overcome in your recent past, you have the everything's okay. And actually, I don't really see anything bad in this unless you haven't done it yet, okay? So they want you to know that I really feel like the majority of you have already overcome this because the Six of Staffs came out first. So I kind of feel that when it comes to the Nine of Swords energy, we're talking about you overcoming the inner demons, right? That ego that's feeding, and especially with the energy that I'm kind of feeling about being dominated and left behind and having these fearful issues, almost like, am I gonna be enough, right? It's time to get back in tune with yourself so you can start attracting those healthy relationships. Once you believe what your worth is, then you will start attracting the same vibrational people. So I feel like the majority of you have already overcome this issue or starting to. For those of you who haven't, that's something you really need to work on, is dealing with your past and coming to terms that you aren't at fault for what happened in your past and whoever decided to leave you behind. And so, hey, Mark, good to see you. Just know that all that worry and that fear that you've been putting on yourself and those self-limiting beliefs was unnecessary. And it's time to start your own story and write a new chapter, okay? You don't have to let your past continue to be your reality. So what they want you to focus on in your current energy, you have the Flower Power, Healing, Healed, and Healer card. I'm sorry, y'all, that glare is terrible. Okay, that's better. So when it comes to your healing practice, and especially when it comes to this fire sign that I'm about to talk about, you might want to have some fresh herbs, you know, especially I'm really getting like sage and stuff like that. Make sure you're sage in your house, sage yourself if you're dealing with this kind of person. But you might also do some research on, you know, like dried herbs and flowers that you can put in teas that will help kind of balance your positive energy while going through these changes, okay? But you do have this communication with some sort of fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It could be over text or email, so some sort of internet connection here. If it's not a fire sign, I'm sorry, I don't know where that came from. But the communication, right? So, oh my gosh. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. Okay. It's not that. They do this to me when someone's not speaking up. Whenever it comes to a lack of communication, this is the really sucky thing about being connected, because they will affect you in really weird ways. And I'm mostly a mental medium, but I am a physical medium as well. So when people have a hard time, especially me bringing on the collective energy, when they're not speaking up for themselves, they'll close up my throat chakra. Yeah, it's not fun. So, okay. All right. Sorry, that was an intense one. I haven't had that happen in a while, especially not that bad. So a lot of you are not speaking up, okay? This could be someone, especially with the energy that I was kind of getting about the dominating and, you know, controlling through manipulation type energy. But this is someone who really comes in fast, like almost in a forceful way to intimidate. So I don't know if it's the same person for everyone, or if this is talking about you having confidence in your communications with people, and that's going to bring about the healing power. So like I said, it's general, please take what resonates, but these are all the messages I'm getting. You know, don't hesitate to act on your plans, because you have what it takes to overcome these situations, especially when it comes to things that are inspired action, right? When you have the inspired action, you know it in your gut, you know it in your soul, like, I have to do this. That came just for me. I need that, right? So it's those types of things that you really want to act on. And if you have someone who is trying to dominate you or control the situation, then you need to speak up for yourself. And you know, it's one, we should always try to be as loving and as light as possible, but don't ever let someone tread on you. You hear me? You need to stand up for yourself. I'm not saying go be a dick and kick someone in their knee just because, you know, you're having a bad day. But if someone actually is fucking with you, then you better put your foot down. Okay. So you see this? Yeah. Okay. So sorry, boys. Now, what you have to look forward to if you listen to Spirit's guidance today is the debt paid off card. Okay. This could talk about finances, but this can also talk about karmic debt for you. And I mean, a lot of cards popped out. So I know that Cancer has been kind of dealing with this air sign from the past. And I still feel like there might be a little bit of in limbo of how to actually release this person, because this person played tricks with you for so long. You don't really know how to handle the situation. Okay. And there might be a fire sign involved in this whole situation, and that's why the air sign keeps being brought back up, because you do have the hangman, the knight of swords, the magician, the page of staffs, and the three of swords. So you're talking about a situation where multiple people are involved that caused a lot of heartbreak, and by doing all of this is going to help release the karmic cycle of this situation, if that makes sense. So what energy they want you to focus on and put into action is joy is the ultimate creator. When you are having fun, good things come. So just remember that when we come to any situation, even if it's the moment you wake out of bed and you say, it is going to be a great day. I'm gonna make someone smile. I'm going to make myself smile. I'm going to go take care of myself today. You know what I'm saying? Like, do what you have to in order to make yourself feel good, even if that's helping other people. And usually, like, especially if you get into that mental cycle of woe is me and all this shit going on, and oh my God, I've been through so much. Like, we've all been through shit. And I'm not downplaying anyone's stuff, because we all have baggage and we all deal with it in different ways. But listen, if you focus on that, you are robbing yourself of your present and your future, because the longer you hold on to that, is just think about it. You know, think about all the things that you're holding on to as backpack. It gets mighty tiresome holding on to all that stuff. Imagine how much freer you would be if you took that backpack off, right? So the advice they have in regards to love is to show compassion for yourself, compassion for others, even for your journey. And we were talking about that this morning too. Like, you have to look at things from a different perspective, because it's never exactly what it seems. How many times have you been judged for something when no one really knew the whole story, right? So be careful of how you're perceiving things, and make sure that it's not because of your ego and more of a defense mechanism to create separation. So be careful and just be aware. That's all I'm asking. So, all right, Cancer. Wow, that was, You know, y'all got a bonus. Y'all got 20 minutes out of me. Look at that shit. All right. So that's all I have for you today, Cancer. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Thank you for everyone that is in here today. If you would like a private reading, you can email me at whispersofgrace1016@gmail.com. If you do not need a personal reading but would like to support the channel, there is a donation link down below in the description box. We appreciate everything that y'all have donated so far. Y'all have been amazing, and I can't thank y'all enough. So if the very least, please like and share the video. Let this video get out and help us support our dreams. If you haven't checked us out on Facebook or Instantgo, please do. We'd love to hear from you. Drop us a comment. Let me know how this resonates with you, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye, guys.